and welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick, with the City of Hampton's Communications and Marketing Department. And today we're going to offer you something for free, so listen up closely. My guest is Jonathan McBride. Welcome.
Thank you.
So it's summer, it's hot, and you, through the neighborhood office, have a wonderful treat for folks that they can get for free. Tell us about that.
Yes, I'm glad to be able to be here for the on behalf of the Neighbor Commission to share about their new partnership, or fairly new partnership with the community pools. They've been working with community pools for the last few years around improving youth swim safety and such with Parks and Rec. But over the last couple years, they've actually offered a community pool days at the beginning of the swim season, the pool season, Memorial Day weekend. And then the first week that the pools are open, the week of June the 18th.
So schools are out, all the pools are open during the week.
Pools are open, and everybody's ready to go
and it's
have some
finally
summer
warm.
fun. Yes, and so this is a time for any Hampton resident to visit any one of the 6 participating community pools around the city, and these are all the neighborhood pools. So we've got Briar Queen, Elizabeth Lakes, Riverdale, Mallory, Willow Oaks, and Northampton, sorry.
Okay, great. Now let's talk about why the city chooses to do this. This is some grant money that supports neighborhoods that we give to the pools who agree to this. Why is that important?
It's important because these are all volunteer community organizations. The pools are run by volunteers. The pool groups swim teams are coached by volunteers, dads and former families that have been there before. That just really maintains that tradition in the community. And I think that's one of the main things that the Neighbor Commission sees. These are organizations that have been around for some of them for 40, 50 years. So it really keeps a tradition in the community, but it also just brings people together in the summertime.
Well, you know, that's what I see. I belong to a different pool that isn't able to participate in this program, but I don't go to neighborhood association meetings all the time. It's hard to find that, and if it's a political agenda, I think some people stay away. But what I find is you network at the pool, you meet your neighbors, it is an involvement in the community, and it brings people together in a way that is a little bit sneaky.
Yeah. It's a great gathering place, and a lot of the pools offer not just the swim times, but they offer events at the pools, cookouts and gatherings,
movies, fun nights,
just things to really bring the community together in ways that they're looking to do. It's also a value in the community because where can you go and find swim opportunities without having to pay for gas, having to drive somewhere? Convenience is really you've got 6 locations around the city. That was one of the things the commission also had an interest in, because when they started the program, there was only one city-funded pool in the city, and so this is an opportunity to kind of increase the opportunity for youth to have access to safe swimming opportunities.
Well, I'll tell you something. If kids around here don't learn to swim when they're young, I mean, it is a safety issue. We live on the water. It is a water community, and you've got to know that safety. And it's harder as an adult. I think fear builds up, and it's much more intimidating to learn to swim as an adult. So I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, and each of these pools have swim teams, and the swim teams are developmental, so kids can join and learn how to swim. They don't have to be a swimmer to begin with. And the pools are open to residents from any neighborhood as well.
And that's important too. You don't have to live in the neighborhood. You can pick which pool is more convenient or has better hours, or where the swim team practices in the evening or the morning.
Exactly.
And there's a lot of opportunities.
And that's something that started, actually the Neighbor Commission started that and worked with the pools years ago to be able to open up their membership to all residents rather than just...
Because some of them were neighborhood association only. And I think that's certainly true in a lot of the suburban areas where you have more gated communities. It's only for those residents. And here it is kind of the quasi-neighborhood association.
Yeah, and a lot of the pools are trying to change that perception that they're just for their neighborhood, but they're really not. They're really very open and welcoming to visitors. A lot of several pools have members from around the region where they've had former residents that have moved out but still want to be connected to their community that they lived in, and friends and neighbors that they used to spend time with, and still are members of the pool. So.
Right, and we find sometimes it's where you go to high school and where your swim team buddies are, which pool you join. It's also a good opportunity for summer jobs for kids. I know both of my boys have lifeguarded at the pool, and it's they're around their friends. They're very safety conscious, but it is where people congregate, and I think that's so important to support. and to grow, because that's also where you get those leaders, or you talk to people and they become involved in issues and maybe grow to do other things in the city once you build connections anywhere. And you know,
Absolutely.
if it's around a pool while the kids are playing, that's a great place to start.
Yeah. So like I said, it's free opportunity. So anytime, pool times and pool rules still apply, but
right. And you do have to check, I think, each pool and each website to find out their hours and what the rules are. In a lot of cases, if you're not a member, they're going to want the parents to stay, not to just drop the kids, but to be there and make sure that the kids do follow the rules.
And they can go to hampton.gov and look up community pools, and we have their contact information available there. So if you want to contact an individual pool about their hours, you can do that as well. And
I will say, it is expensive, and I hear from a lot of people, I can't afford to join a pool. But I will also hear from some of those families that they go to Busch Gardens once a year, and I think you can join a pool for the whole summer for the price of Busch Gardens season tickets for a family of 4 almost. I mean, so I think there are opportunities. A lot of these pools will let you pay on a budget cycle or to work out payments to accommodate families.
And that's where the free pool days really give you an opportunity to kind of test out the pools.
Sure,
so you can try them out, see what the community's like.
Right.
So that's what you get them at the beginning of the year rather than throughout the year. So it benefits the pools and it benefits the community. So.
Well, that's wonderful. And I thank you for coming by today.
I'm glad to do it.
It's not very often we get to say, hey, we have something free for you, for your family, for your kids, if you have grandkids visiting. But there's a week of pool tryout, and then think about maybe joining a community pool and having that neighborhood fun for 3 months in the summer. It's a pretty good deal. Thank you for watching.